Welcome back everyone to the Complete Pineleaf. I believe I have found the camp where the Overseer is supposed to be located, though unfortunately it is A, doubtful that the Overseer will actually be of any use and will do anything other than attack me, and B, is most assured that others in the area will definitely attack me. So this is not going to be an easy task to complete. In addition to that, I believe this is the same area where I have a couple of Gearworks quests, so let's see about them. But first, let me get the lay of this land. Let's first take the straight path, where I see a troll, I see a road, and workers, and all sorts of nasty things. Let's deal with this worker first and see what I can do. Yeah, this looks like a much geared place, I think. All sorts of machinations going on in here. It's the trolls, though, that are going to be a real pain to get through. But, hello. Any chance we could come to a compromise here? I didn't think so. Very well then, let's see what I can do here. If I can get up here before the troll comes after me. And now I'll see if I can find this. Discovered great... I'm never going to finish that deed. 3 out of 6? And you think I've been everywhere by now. Nope. Obviously I've been in only 3 of 16 places. Nowhere near everywhere. Nope. You really help Baruchazad? No. Then how about this way? Ooh, here's something interesting. Clear signs of a struggle and a bloody deed. A conspicuous footprint lies nearby. What? A conspicuous footprint? Oh, actually, first let's take care of these gears. After finding many gears in Udun, you have stumbled upon a simple gearwork, missing a key component. There may be even more machines in Udun that are able to be repaired. I must say that of all the quests in this game, this is one of the first that comes to mind as asking me the question, why am I doing this? Should I try to repair these machines? You are on the trail. I am on the trail. Oh, for the Overseer. I've got a trail to the Overseer. How would I know whether or not it's the Overseers? Alright, turning the gears. After finding many crankshafts in Udun, you have stumbled upon an elaborate gearworks missing key components. There may be even more parts. Good grief. Oh, hello. And that is why one should be careful. Because you might be attacked by a goat. Don't ask me why. Don't ask me how. Right, I am on the trail. Well, I suppose I'll have to take care of the gearworks later because I am on the trail. Ooh. This way? The footprints go this way. Yikes! It appears to be going up that road I skipped earlier. Up this way. And eventually, are we going to run into this overseer? I still don't know how I'm supposed to know that these are the overseer's footprints instead of the footprints of some random orc that will just attack me immediately, but whatever. Maybe up here? Well, this is the type of place where an overseer would be, I suppose. Though there's an even higher location, so perhaps we should try that instead. I couldn't find the overseer, so I came back here. It appears that that overseer either has someone plant false footprints, or he can fly, because those footprints lead straight directly up to a cliff, and those are useless for following his exact path. So I suppose I am going to have to, at some point, try to go around through the back, but if he went that way, how did those footprints get there? Now let's try the other side of this road. See if I can find any of these here. Just bunches of gears, big ones, and now how come a hobbit can't get under there? I don't know. But it appears that... Oh, hello! Where are all these goats coming from? Ancient evil goats. I hope that doesn't mean that we'll have to deal with the old woman of the mountain. Well, I thought we dealt with her. How about the old woman of the Gearworks? Ugh. This looks like the last of the Gearworks I have to worry about. Oh, well, I don't remember the exact words that it said because this goat interrupted me. So I presume that's the last of the goats then, since I've taken care of all the Gearworks of that type. Now for the other one. Now for the simple ones. Ones that simply don't bring out goats. After tinkering away, you have repaired many Gearworks. Why? I have absolutely, positively no idea. With the last machine repaired, it seems that nothing interesting has happened. Just then, you swear you hear the sound of goats off in the distance. Perhaps you should investigate? Yeah. Goats. Of course there are goats. Why should I expect there to be more goats? The sound of goats seems to be coming from this way. It seems you have made quite a lot of noise with all your tinkering. There must have been a herd of goats seeking shelter in the broken machines. Now they graze the valley floor. If you do not intervene, they will make their way towards supplies in Udun Foothold. Right. So now I need to kill goats that made their way here, that had been hiding inside of the gears of the machine. Hey, this is crazy. So I need to shoo away goats. Wouldn't shooing away goats make them go towards Udun instead or something like that? Oh, hello. At least that's what I think. But then who am I? I am just a one little simple hobbit trying to survive in lands that are really unsuitable for hobbits. That's all I got to say about that. That's how I shoo things away. By screaming. I suppose subtlety and Mordor really don't go together all that much, right? Hello! Yeah, I noticed that the present participle that was showing there was frightening instead of shooing. At least if I read that right. I'll just have to check that again in one moment. As soon as we get rid of this. Hello, let's see what it says here. It says frightening, not showing. Well, I suppose that's one way to shoo something away. I think I've found the back entrance now. The most likely one in which someone without wings would be able to take in order to get to this place. Which means that thing probably didn't go by this route. So let's get up here and see if we could find this overseer. I see goblins, crows, big nasty machines. Now, what about one overseer? I've been here before thinking, well, there's no caretaker here, they're just dwarves. Now that I think of it... Hello, Curtil arrives just behind you to witness the scene. Talk before fight, he hisses. Apparently, the overseer is not here. Is that the overseer? Well, that's a bit of a complication.
All is well, and yet not all.
'Twas not us who did this thing. I know full well how that it may look. We only dragged him here, out of sight to prying eyes. Hoy, you there, Curtil! I know you by face and by name. Whatever trouble you're up to this time, you must bow to plain truth. Who in the northern works would touch a hair of Ushkbal's ugly pate? None, that's who. No overseer we'd more gladly work for, neither. Besides, you see we carry only hammers, and these wounds are swords' work, plain to see. Look for yourself, Hobbit. Alright, let's have a look here. The wounds are indeed incisions not made by blunt instruments.
By my grandsire's beard.
Now then, that's settled, I hope. A smoldering shame about Ushkbal, though. We know not if it were one of the enforcers or some wild, frenzied soldier who struck him through, but there you have it. He was our hope, and he's gone. Well, and if you are here, then you followed the signal flags too, just as we did. Let us work the iron together, we four, while it's got any heat left. Perhaps the work might be salvaged somehow. If only we could think what to do now that we are on our own. What do you say, Curtil? Hobbit? Oh. I don't know how this dwarf knows what a hobbit is. Oh well, whatever. Maybe they've been hearing about it because of we search for Bagginses.
Not gold or gems, but good grey steel.
Oh, so you say. Yep, dwarf all right. Well, depends on the dwarf, I guess. This is how I see it. And pardon my speaking thus stealthy. There are two impurities we've got in this lag. Firstwise, there's no one to do the deed. Second, there's someone, somewhere, who knows the signal flags and maybe doesn't want the deed done. Well, what do you say, Curtil? Yes, yes, yes. The iron is hot now, but cooling. Cooling. We need only someone to go. Who will fill the post? No, not I. Noomhoth that I am. Who am I? No one. Will Grathrako? Ha! Ha ha ha! We know the answer to that, my friends. What about you, Schlunner? You will not. A shame, a shame. No orc, no dwarf, No Nernhoth here among us. Why are you looking at me like that? Long is the tale to tell, but short is the time. Do you remember that the captain of the pit does not hear the signal flag speech? He is the master of Udun, but many do not wish it so. When the ground shook and the gates fell and the eagles crossed the skies, a light dawned upon our minds that we might fly ourselves. Fly like the eagles and in Udun dwell no more. But how? And then we remember the Easterlings camped in Hudvorn. Perhaps we thought, perhaps we might go back to them, to the lands far from captains and cruel Gondorians and elves. And so in signal flags was it written, and in flags was it read by you and me and by others. Ushbal, the goodly overseer, agreed to go before the Easterlings and plead our case. Now, Ushbal is gone, and our hope rests upon you. We ask that you go into Ushbal's place and parley with the Easterlings, only to meet, to speak a while of what may be. Stand before rude board, high in the height of the hail them with the words, and I will teach you. If fortune smiles upon us, they will agree. Yes, if fortune smiles upon us. When has that ever happened? Before I find out whether or not fortune smiles upon us, let's see about that caretaker. I believe the caretaker is somewhere around this cave. Yeah, I looked for someone here earlier. What have you done with my pets? Yeah, that's the caretaker. Well... Hey! Let me do something about you then. He's a big troll. Ouch! Yeah, troll. Whee! Hey, and the other troll just missed me. Bah! You have defeated the reclusive and powerful troll Buktavul. Now, why he bothered telling me what his name was, I have no idea, but alright. So much for the... And I think that finishes up Gearworks. With the defeat of Bushful, the caretaker, perhaps it was best not to mess around with the broken machines of Udun. You never know what else could be lurking in the Gearworks. Well, you're right about that. How will the negotiations with the Easterlings go? Will it be any quieter there? And will things actually go well for a change? We have to find that out in the next episode of The Complete Pineleaf.